Hello lovelies, welcome back to my channel. I'm so happy that you're here with me today. So in today's video, I will be showing you my classic collection, so all of the classic books that I have owned. Let's get straight into today's video. Let me just quickly show you an overview of my classic collection. All right, here is the top shelf. Here I've got these flowers. My friend got them for me, and also she's made them herself, which is amazing. I love it so much. These are my kind of special edition. So I have the Phantom of the Opera, which I've got multiple copy of this book because I really adore this book. So probably one of my favorite books ever. And then here are the pretty, like so pretty special edition of all Jane Austen's books from World Cloud Classics. So let me just give you a look. So it's look like this. Beautiful. I love this design so much. It's so simple, yet it just suits the book so much. So yeah, absolutely love it. All right, here is my second shelf. So you can see here I have got um quite a big collection of Penguin classics. I really love this edition. They have some of my like favorite books. My favorite books has to be The Pictures of Dorian Gray. I adore this book. It's such an amazing piece of literature, and I would definitely recommend for everyone to read it because it's, even though it's classic, but it's quite easy to understand, and the theme in this book is just fabulous. So yeah, I would really recommend that you check this book out. And yeah, I really love Oscar Wilde. His writing is just absolutely fascinating. So yeah, really loved him. And then over here, I've got some of the Oxford edition. So a couple of Virginia Woolf. I quite like this edition as well because you can see like absolutely beautiful cover, and also at the back you also learn so much about the book as well. Yeah, really love this edition as well. Just one thing which I don't really like that much is that the paper in this edition is very thin. Like, it's very soft, which is nice, but also at the same time it's very thin. So I'm always scared that I'm going to tear it off. We have the also Penguin Classics, but they are the orange version. I'm not really sure what it's called, but I usually got them a lot from the thrift stores. So when I go thrifting for classics, usually this is what I ended up getting, which I also really love. I think this edition is also really pretty, like compared to the black version. This one is also absolutely pretty. I love it so much. I haven't really read that much from this selection though. So yeah, probably need to pick up more book from this one. So from this shelf, I also have lots of them that I got from the thrift stores, which I really love because I really like the Penguin Classic collection, and then I'm not sure what this one called. It's also Penguin Classic, but it's just a different version, I guess. But anyway, they don't make any of these editions anymore. I don't think so. Which is that's why like it's just really love thrift books because you can feel like it's been adored or it has been loved by another person, and each of this book has a history to it, which is, I think that's something that like you can't get from new books. So and then from the shelf, probably this one is the book that I'm really excited to be reading. I heard so many good things about this book. And then here I have a couples of like different editions. I've got the Wuthering Heights by Emily Bronte in this vintage classics, which I feel so embarrassed to admit this, but I haven't read this one yet. I don't know. I know it's gonna be such a fabulous, such an amazing experience, but I still haven't picked this one up. But probably I will pick this one up with you in one of the videos, and then we can read this one together. I have some of the collections from was worth. So again, I really like this collection as well. The pages are very, very soft and it smells amazing. Like I really like this smell of this book. And also let me just put a disclaimer here is that even though I have got so many books, like 100%, I'm just going to be honest with you, I haven't read all of them, but I just love the idea of having a library full of choices, full of books, and then depends on whatever mood I'm in, I can always pick up a book from my library. So even though I think that it's gonna take me such a long time to finish all of these books, or it might be never, but it's alright. Like I don't mind. Like it's, as long as I enjoy reading, I enjoy the experience, and you know, reading books and buying books are two different hobbies, and I'm so glad I love them both. But probably I love buying books more though, which explains why I have lots of unread books on my TBR. So my next shelf. So here you can see it's just a little bit like just different books, different editions. I probably don't know where to put them. That's why they're all here. Probably my favorite book that I've read from this shelf has to be Rebecca. Like I have already talked about this book in my previous video, but I absolutely love Rebecca so much. I read it in uni and it became my favorite Gothic book ever. Like I know that Shirley Jackson is very famous for Gothic books, for you know, for that genre, but for me personally, I love Rebecca more. And then I guess because I haven't finished all of Shirley Jackson's books, so I can't say. But up until now, this remains my favorite Gothic book. Next, let me show you these two bookshelves. I put so much dedication and effort into these two bookshelves to make sure that they look coordinated and, you know, editions by editions. And yeah, this is a very long time with me collecting all of these books. See here, over here, I have all of the Orange Penguin Classic collections, and then over here, I've got the I think this one is called the Penguin Little Black Classics. So I've got like a few different books over here, and then I have a couple of Kazuo Ishiguro's books. Over here, I have some of my poetry collection. And then this one is the collection of the vintage books. So you can see here, looks very pretty. But yeah, I also really like this editions. Down here, I've got the Modern Classics edition, which if you watch my first video, you would know that I absolutely love modern classics. It's what I'm so passionate about. And then yeah, I've got some of the Penguin English Library collection, which I bought for uni. So yeah, I quite like it as well. Even though again, like the pages in this edition is very thin, so I'm always scared I'm going to rip it off when I read. This is my collection of the small penguin books. I like to read this, you know, like when I'm in bed because they're small and compact. So I really like reading them in bed. Here are my collection of Shakespeare. I quite like Shakespeare plays, especially Macbeth. Oh my gosh, guy, like tell me why. I think this is the most dramatic book that I've read, and then it's one of the most impactful plays that I have ever read as well. It's my Penguin Classic collection, very small, pretty cool. This one is my favorite, White Nights by Fyodor Dostoevsky. In here they have two different stories, and I believe this book got really famous on booktok. But yeah, I think I understand why it's so popular, because again, even though it's classic, but the language is very easy to understand, lots of different, you know, like beautiful imagery, beautiful themes and philosophies are having discussed in this book. So yeah, definitely check this one out if you haven't. This is my Kazuo Ishiguro's collection. From here I only have read, I think, no, I also read The Berry Giant for uni, but I picked this one up earlier this year, and I bawled my eyes out. Like, I cried so much reading this book. Like, if you're in the mood to feel something, to cry, definitely check this one out. And this one, my bestie got this one for me, which is so sweet of her. And yeah, this one I got. I'm not sure where I got it from. And then from here, I only got two books. So these are the Penguin books, but they are in a collection with the T2. So these are the shelves that I'm most excited to show you about. We have vintage classic and modern classics, which I just told you guys that I absolutely love modern classics. That's why I've got so many of them. And but yeah, let me just quickly show you the vintage classic edition first. So this is Loved by Toni Morrison, but I don't know. I really like this design as well, but I haven't seen it in other, in other booktubers channels. This one is called Vintage American Gothic. So pretty. I absolutely love all of this, design on all of these books. From this shelf, it's very hard for me to pick a favorite book, but I really loved I Never Promised You a Rose Garden. I don't really hear that many people talk about this book, but it's such a fantastic read, and I get to feel so much, and I've learned so much about mental health. I was so glad I was able to be in the journey with the character in this book. Like, absolutely loved it. And then I also really love Good Morning Midnight. As you can see, I have an obsession with Shirley Jackson. Probably my favorite Shirley Jackson's book is The Bird's Nest. I don't really heard many people and like many other people talk about before, but it's an absolute fantastic read, so I highly recommend that one. And yeah, I have a couple of James Bowen, and yeah, and the other authors. Okay, and here I have got just a few more bits and pieces. So I have some plays I read for uni, and also for work. When I was an English teacher, I used to teach away. Quite like this play, pretty interesting. I've got, oh my gosh, this is not a classic, but I just put here because it's with the children class, children literature. But look at how pretty, and a few more children classic, which I'm quite excited to read. And then I also read this one for work. So I taught this book to my year 8. I think it's quite an interesting book, talking about the environment, how we need to protect our mother's nature, and how important to connect to nature. And we meant to be in nature. We're not meant to be separated from it. But yeah, quite enjoy that one, and it's by Tim Winton, which who is an Australian author. So if you haven't heard of him before, yeah, he Australian author. So I still have a few more classics I have on the shelf. Not enough for me to make it into another full shelf. So I just use these two for those books. So here I've got my crime fiction, my Agatha Christie's collection. I really liked her book as well. I read The Body in the Library when I was in uni. Pretty interesting, like pretty surprising that I quite like her writing style. And then that's why I want to check this one out. I haven't read this one before, which is crazy, but yeah, I haven't read Sherlock Holmes, so excited to check that one out. My Charles Dickens, so Dickens collection. So I have read Great Expectations again for uni, and yeah, I think I quite like it. Which is quite surprising, considering because I didn't think that I would enjoy Chau writing style, but again, surprise, surprise, I enjoyed it. That's why I want to collect all of his books. So I don't know why. I just want to. So far I've got the Pickwick's paper, which I am so happy to pick this one up because it was the Wordsworth Classics edition, which is absolutely pretty, and it's amazing. And then I've got this one. I'm not gonna attempt to read that one because I know that I'm gonna butcher that word. So yeah, that book as well. And then again, Great Expectation, A Tale of Two City, Dombey and Son, which I heard so many good things about this book. So excited to check this one out. And my last shelf. So here I've got this one again. My friend got that for me. So it's a Chau's library. So yeah, it's very cute. And here are my, like, how to say it? It's just more, again, like, you know, bits and pieces. So some of the war books, some of the books that I don't know which genre to classify it into. So that's why I've got them here. Yeah, and then I've got this book here, which is one of my favorite books of all time, The Great Gatsby. This is the books that got me into classics. Like, literally, I read this book and I absolutely love the language. It's just so different than the modern the modern language, and it just brought out so much more emotions from me than any, you know, contemporary books do. And then that's why when I saw this edition, I got it because it just so pretty. And then this is my collection of Ernest Hemingway. I also really like Ernest Hemingway. I have read A Farewell to Arm. Again, another book that made me feel so sad. Like, I was so sad. Especially the ending. Oh my gosh, like it broke me, like, reading this ending. So yeah, that's why I'm so excited to be checking these two out. So I have A Movable Feast and To Have and Have Not. This is my classic collection. I'm so glad that I was able to take you through the whole tour. If you want to see the full bookshelf tour of every single book that I've owned, please comment down below and let me know. And also comment down below, what is your favorite book of all time? Please let me know. I would absolutely love to know. Thank you so much for watching, and yeah, I can't wait to see you in the next week's video. Love you. Bye bye.